Hi there, my name's Bree and I'm going to give you all some tips on how to use Zoom to tutor online. So the first thing I want to note is that for the on-the-floor tutors, you'll probably be using WC Online, so that's how you will track your tutoring sessions and also how you'll know who is scheduled to have tutoring with you. For embedded tutors, there's two forms you might want to consider. So there's a sort of outline of how you could send out a Google Sheet to have signups, maybe do 15-minute slots for students so that they can get their online time with you. This way you'll know who's coming, if anyone's coming, and you won't have as much overlap. I do recommend that for Zoom because webcam feels a little bit more vulnerable to do one-on-one because students might feel more comfortable webcamming with one person versus jumping into a 5-person webcam meeting. The other thing you would want to consider is to keep track of your sessions is to use something like this embedded sign-in sheet. So this will track, you can just enter in all of this stuff, but keep in mind you'd want to ask the student for their student ID number. But if you are embedded, you probably have Canvas, so you could also access their student ID number that way by looking at the People tab on Canvas. So now that we've done that, I'm going to jump into Zoom. So I have the application, so I'm opening it up. And the first thing I'm going to show you is where to find your meeting invitation. So I have my personal meeting ID, but the thing that I use is this link. It says join Zoom meeting and it has a link. Now the neat thing is it makes it very easy for students. They just click on it and they'll bring it right into your meeting room. The other thing to note is that you'll maybe want to tell students to only click on this link when it is their meeting time, because this link is always going to bring them to your meeting room. So if you're having a session with another student, they might kind of just jump into your meeting accidentally. So just let them know that there might be other meetings going on. So I usually will send out an announcement prior to my meetings with this link explaining how to get into the meeting room. So it's important you know where to find this. And then once I'm ready to have my meeting, I would just click start, and then I'm going to wait for my student in this room. But the first thing is I want to click join with computer audio. And I want to make sure that this button, which has a slash through it right now, does not have a slash. I want to have my video happening here. So now I'm going to wait for my student. While I'm waiting for them, just keep in mind that you're going to greet them just like you usually do. So don't feel too much pressure to be any different than you are in person. Hi, my name's Bree. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm Joey. How's it going?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. What are you working on today?
I'm working on a paper for my philosophy class.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to open this chat feature so that you could paste the link to your Google Doc in the chat so I can click on it. Just please make sure that I have access to it.
All right.
All right, so tutors, something to notice, we have this chat feature here. This is also super helpful if there's ever a breakdown in webcam or any sort of other kind of communications getting messed up. You can use the chat feature. You can also use it to, get links from your student. So I'm going to wait for them to post their Google Doc, which they just did. So I'm going to copy that link, and I am going to close the chat, and I'm going to share my screen. So this is also a great feature. So you're going to want to click this green share button, and then you would click whichever browser window you want to share with them. So I want to share this one. I'm going to open a new tab and put their Google Doc in it. So Joey, it would be awesome if you could also have this Google Doc open on your computer. We can look at it together.
Okay, I have it open on my computer as well.
Awesome. So could you tell me what you're hoping to get help with on this paper, what you think's going well?
So I think I have good ideas and analysis, but I need a little bit of help with the flow of the paper.
Okay, well, we can definitely work on that. Is there a place that you'd like to start?
I think at the end of the second body paragraph needs a better transition there.
Okay, great. So at this point, the student and I have set an agenda. We figured out what we, are going to work on first. And let's say the student and I are talking and we want to make a comment about this. I'm going to just move some stuff to show you. You would highlight whatever you want to comment on and then click this button up here. And then that, I think there's too many windows in the way, will pop up with a little comment. So you click comment and then you would add your comment. The other thing is that you could also have the student make the comment as well. So, but it's just nice to know this feature is here because it gives the student takeaway advice, and Google Docs also has a chat feature. So again, if communication breaks down, Google Docs is really helpful. It's a great way to collaborate on a document together. So online tutoring doesn't have to just be, here's my paper, and then there's no interaction. There can be tons of interaction. It just takes a little bit to get used to. So I'm going to thank my demo student, and I want to show you guys how you would get out of sharing the screen. So you would hover at the top of your computer in this little toolbar. Oh, it's not showing in the little, let me move the thing. Okay, so this toolbar up here should show you, and you could click stop share, and now we're back in the chat feature. And then to end your meeting, you're just gonna wanna tell your student, thanks so much for working with me, and give them a greeting or a goodbye greeting, and then you would click this little end meeting. So bye, Joey, it was so great to meet you. Best of luck on your paper.
Yeah, thanks for all your help. Bye.
Bye. So I'm gonna end meeting for all, and that is the Zoom sort of protocol. So the last thing I'll say is just, it does feel a little bit awkward to be on webcam at first. Know that your student probably feels the same way, but it gets comfortable pretty easily, especially if you spend a couple minutes on that greeting and setting the agenda, just like you would in in-person session. It usually will go pretty well. In fact, some of my best sessions have been webcam sessions. So I wish you guys the best, and good luck on everything.